Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. Your services. How are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Welcome to 2023. Christ, we got through 2022. Can you believe it? I thought it was the end for us all. I really did. It was the most calamitous, disastrous, despairing year I've ever known. And good riddance to it. Here's to a bigger, bolder, brighter, more bootylicious year for us all. Please, I beg, and I pray for happiness, health and prosperity to all of us. I really do. Oh, and me, especially me. Why am I holding this? Well, one of my New Year's resolutions was to carry this out a lot more with me. I have carried this a lot. Folks, if you don't know what this is a replica of the Wolfman Cane from 1941's The Wolfman, Lon Chaney Jr. as Lawrence Talbot. And he becomes a Wolfman. And he gets this cane, silver-headed, silver, werewolves, not a good combination. And he will kill Bela Lugosi as a Wolfman, and then he'll become a Wolfman after being bitten. And then his father, little Claude Rains, little ex-Phantom of the Opera, Claude Rains, who plays his dad. How did he sire the big lumbering brute that is Lon Chaney Jr.? He'll have to kill his own son with this cane at the end of the movie. Oh, sorry, spoilers there. But our good friend, you know him, you love him, Steve 007 Smith, a great channel contributor, of which there are so many, I know, sent me this. He found some guy in America who could do a replica prop of the original cane. And it is silver. Wow. It's great. Now, my eldest brother, I have several, but the eldest one, who's a bit like myself, a bit eccentric, you could say. He wears frock coats and silly, stupid hats, but he takes a cane out with him. Now, on some days, he needs that cane. He's way older than me, and I'm very, very old. I certainly feel old these days. And there was a wolf howling then, because I'm playing the score to the Howling. Yeah, people say I throw these things together. Oh, I do. You've got no idea how many attempts I've made to get this video done. You think I just go, hit that button and go, hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at short services, all that blare. Sometimes I can get 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, and make a cock up too many. And then go, screw this, and turn it off. It's exhausting doing it and then starting again and going over and over the things you wanted to say. I always have an idea where these videos are going to go. If they're reviews, then that's the meat and bones of the video. It's the review. That's easy. If you're doing, I like to call these videos like magazines, because there's different options, there's different stuff, items, like flicking through a magazine or watching This Morning on TV with Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield. And it's just different items, loosely connected. But yeah, my brother, a bit eccentric, and he has a cane, he walks with it. He has got a bad back. He's a lot older than me, as I say, so he suffers a fair bit. But I always like that he cuts a dash. I'm not going to say he's dapper, but and he's not even much of a yapper these days. But I take care of all that. I'm the one. I'm the mouthpiece of the family. Always was. Always will be. And but I'm jealous that he has that sort of, I don't know, mock Edwardian, or is it Victorian sort of style? And he struts into the pub with a long sort of trench coat on, and he's got some kind of silly headwear on, but he's got his cane, and I like that. So my resolution was, literally, Steve, you'll love this, to take this out more. Now, this cane has been around Liverpool a few times. It's been to Birmingham as well. And, it's great. I love it. The problem is, and it's quite a serious problem if you're going to pubs and clubs, I've found, is that you get drunk and you leave things behind. I can guarantee you that even with my faith in people's goodwill and charity, that I walk out of an establishment having left that propped up against the bar or behind a chair somewhere. Oh, and I think, people are going, Kilt-Man, Kilt-Man, forsooth, you have left your cane behind. Here, please take it back. Oh, and God bless you, sir. No. In reality, they're not going to put it behind the bar for next time I enter that emporium. No, they're going to nick the fucking thing, aren't they? Of course they are. And it'll be on eBay. I've got Kilt-Man's cane. Yeah. So maybe this resolution isn't such a good idea, but I do love this. But I am prone to like getting drunk. I took the dog out yesterday, New Year's Day. I took the dog out and ended up going on a 12-hour bender. I kid you not. That's why you didn't get the big New Year's Day video, which I promised. Oh God, I promised so much. Christmas, New Year, the whole festive period, I swore blind to you guys I was going to do loads of videos, just bang, 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 just get them out, like machine gun fire videos. And I did about one or two. And the reason being, well, you already know what the reason is. I went out and got drunk and partied. Because that's what I do. That's what I do. I mean, if you watch these videos, if you could actually sit and watch all my videos I've done like back to back, you would see a hippie slowly drinking himself to death. Because the amount of alcohol I've consumed on these videos would sink the Titanic. Speaking of which, cheers y'all. Castlemaine 4X. Yeah. Cheers to Scrubby from Down Under. This is the last of the cans you sent me. Because I actually made them last. In fact, I've only drunk them on videos, as it turns out. So, but I wanted a special thing. I used to drink Castlemaine 4X when it first came out in the UK. In the mid-80s, and I drank it. That was all I drank, was just Castlemaine 4X. Even when we went abroad, I remember going to Spain a few times, and I'd find the only pubs that actually had Castlemaine 4X. A lot of it wouldn't be on draft, but it'd be in cans. I'm drinking there, because it's got 4X. Anyway, so I'm going to put that down before I drop it or lose it. So 2023. It's already been a bad start for Jeremy Renner. Holy shit, have you seen that? That was nicely timed, wasn't it? Jeremy Renner, great actor. I love him. He does look like the kind of squash-faced, long-lost sibling of Daniel Craig. I've always thought that. It's like Daniel Craig, his face just got like that. But I do like Jeremy Renner. He's great as Hawkeye. A great unsung Avenger. But great actor as well. Award winner. Some fabulous movies to his credit. If you've heard, he had a snow plough. This is what they termed it as, a snow ploughing accident. Well, I take it from that he was driving a snow plough. Oh, it doesn't say that though. We don't know what actually happened, but he lives, I think, in Nevada, and the town in which he lives, they've had power cuts and all sorts because they got hit by a really, really super bad blizzard. And Jeremy Renner being a Hollywood movie star with a bit of moolah, this is a guy that pays it back to his community. He has bought fire engines for the local fire department. Do the fire department get supplied fire engines? Clearly not, because he's bought them for the fire department. What a great guy. So he was out, I presume, clearing the streets in a snowplow, and had what's been termed as a snow ploughing accident, and he had to be airlifted out. Now, folks, I'm not going to make light of this because he's in hospital in a critical condition. Critical but stable was the last thing that we've heard about it. So, best wishes to Jeremy Renner. Oh my God, I think he's a great actor. I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but it's just, oh yeah, what? How? Why? Why do actors do these things? You've got actors that fly planes. You've got film composers that fly planes and crash them and die. James Horner, I'm thinking of you. And then you've got Tom Cruise, who flies helicopters, planes, jets, motorbikes, drives like a maniac, runs. Everything he does is at high speed, He feels the need for speed a hell of a lot. But, nothing happens to him. Or when it does, when he broke his ankle in Mission Impossible, blah, 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 whichever one it was, and he's running in London and he jumps across the 2 buildings and he smacks his ankle and folds his foot back. Ooh, oof! And you see the whole thing on camera because he hauls himself up over the other edge and limps past the camera and then says, keep the shot because it's realistic, because it's what really happened. And then went for like hours and hours of microsurgery. But gotta love him, haven't you? Gotta love Tom Cruise. I do. And I admire that. I wish I had the gumption to learn how to fly a helicopter, fly a plane. But I never had the guts to learn to drive a car. So what chance do I stand? I still can run though. I can run and fall over quite a lot as well. So last year we lost quite a few Hollywood stars from in front of and behind the camera. Off the top of my head, from behind the camera, Jean-Luc Godard, great artisan French film director, wonderful personality. But I think for most of us, it was a year of shocking deaths for movie stars and celebrities. Wow, I'm going to read out, and this isn't all of them, this is just some from the top of my head. Kirstie Alley, that hair, didn't it? I'll be honest, all of these hairs, and every single one was a shock in its own way. Kirstie Alley, William Hurt. I mean, you didn't see that one coming, did you? Ray Liotta. Oh, dear God, that was a massive. That blew me away. When that news broke, I was stunned. I was silent for at least 30 seconds, which is a fucking rarity in my life. Anne Hesh died. Angela Lansbury. Now, ripe old age was Angela, but you've got to remember, people like that who've been around for decades and decades and decades and have made so many appearances on TV and in movies and on stage, you think they're going to be around forever. If nothing else, this list will prove to you that life is fragile and life does end for all of us. Well, for all of you. It won't for me. I'm alright. I'm pickled. I'll be fine. But it does remind you that everybody is going to go at some point. All the people you've known and loved and cherished and admired, there's going to come a time when they're no longer there. Angela Lansbury, Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura, Louis. This one walloped me as well. Louise Fletcher, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Brainstorm, many great movies. I did a video obituary for it. I've done obituaries for a few of these people actually, but that one, I'm not even sure why that completely pulled the rug from under me so badly, and it did. Because the more you looked into her career, and the more you looked into the things that she'd done and the person that she was, the more it hurt. Incredible. James Caan. What? Oh, you just think he's Buddy's dad in Elf? He's Jonathan E. He's Sonny from The Godfather. Oh. James Caan, incredible actor. Isn't it bizarre? He's one of these people that you thought would live forever and ever and ever. Jonathan E, one of my favourite characters. He survives everything that gets thrown at him in the game of rollerball. They changed the rules of rollerball to have him killed. But he won't die. He simply will not die. He always survives. He's the last man standing after the big final, the finale of the championships. The whole track is ablaze. There's bodies everywhere. But Jonathan survives. Jonathan. I love rollerball massively, and James Caan, he's acted in better, bigger movies, I know, but he is forever Jonathan E to me, and that hurt when he went. Meatloaf, I don't even know what to say about Meatloaf. So much that he's done. Such a huge character. A huge personality. And gone. Another huge personality. Another huge character. And physically huge as well. Robbie Coltrane. Oh wow. There were people that knew this was going to happen. But it had all been kept away from, tabloids and all that. So when he went, that was a huge shocker. Huge. And I'm struggling now to talk about it, because I remember getting quite emotional doing a video about Robbie Coltrane, because such a great comedian, a great writer, a great actor, Hagrid, for God's sake, but an all-rounder and a heavy drinker. But sadly now gone. Olivia Newton-John went. Now you never thought of that, did you? Oh God. And okay, not exactly Hollywood superstar, but a superstar nonetheless. Pele only just went a couple of days ago. Pele. His mother, he died at the age of 82, I think. His mother is still alive. It's just, what? And she must be like 102 or something like that, at least. But Pele. Now, why have I mentioned him? Well, he's in the film Escape to Victory. Doing what he does best. Playing football. And he's one of the, he is the world's greatest footballer. The most influential footballer the world has ever known. And he's also in Escape to Victory, with Sly Stallone as a goalie. And Michael Caine, Bobby Moore. I've got to be honest, folks, I don't think it's a good film, but it's a very enjoyable film. The films will have to be great for you to enjoy them, but Escape to Victory has got great moments to it. Great moments, and a great score as well. You see what I did there? A footballing thing. Oh, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so that's a roll call to the Lost. And there's many, many more, obviously, including my mother. Big Kilt-Man. An actress, stage and screen. She went only right at the back end of November 2022. Yeah, anyway. In other news, folks, we went out on New Year's Eve. Well, I say we went out. I'm always out. But I was out with the Mrs. Kilt-Man. We went out together. That's a rarity, isn't it? And normally I make devilry and, merriment on my own. But this time I came armed with the Mrs. And we had a great night. It was wonderful. Several establishments were visited. Innumerable inebriating substances were imbibed. You try saying that after a few drinks. And we had a great time. Now, we were in a pub called The Telegraph. I've discussed it a lot. It's one of my two main locals on this side of the Mersey. And I was in there, and I got dressed up for the occasion. I was wearing a Snake Plissken t-shirt. It was Snake's face emblazoned here. And we were up there, it was busy. There's a DJ, there's music playing. People were dancing. Me and the missus were dancing. And we have friends all over the place. We knew pretty much everybody in there, apart from one guy. People over there were going like, Kilt-Man! And Sam and Jack were going, Snake! Snake! So I jumped up on the bar, like, there was Snake there. They were laughing. They said, got someone to meet you. Right? And this would be the one person that I didn't know. So this guy was brought around to me. Guy with an eccentric hat, bit of facial foliage, slightly longish hair, and a really resplendent t-shirt. More resplendent than my Snake Plissken t-shirt. And he said, Ryan, you've got to meet Kilt-Man. Kilt-Man, this is Ryan. Ryan, this is Kilt-Man. And I'm like, hello, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan's a filmmaker. Ryan? Ryan Kruger. You kind of thought, like, shit, I should know who you are. What have you done? One film, but one upcoming. Now, Ryan Kruger is a fabulous bloke. Gotta be honest. We could have nattered way into the new year. In fact, I think we probably did, to be honest with you. But I probably kissed him Happy New Year before I kissed the missus, if I think on. And he was slightly less hairy than she is. But he's from Wallasey, my hometown, where I live, where I am right now, Wallasey. He's from Wallasey, but he lives in South Africa. And he is following in the illustrious footsteps of the likes of the great Richard Stanley, the fantastic Neil Blomkamp. I know, these guys are visionaries. Richard Stanley, who's a mate of mine, by the way. Oh, Kilt-Man, you name dropper, you. But why not? Hardware, Dust Devil, The Island of Dr. Moreau. Oh dear. But that wasn't your fault, Rich. Wasn't your fault, mate. And if anything, the debacle that is the Val Kilmer and what's his name, Marlon Brando, which they had for The Island of Dr. Moreau, and great Stan Winston effects and all that. But the film was wrestled and destroyed behind Richard Stanley's back, and his vision was not the film that we got in the end. But what we did get was a fabulous documentary, a big feature-length documentary about what Hollywood and the system really does and how it derails filmmakers, visionaries, and just rapes their ideas, pulls the rug from under them, and then sets them on fire. You know, so you think like Hollywood, oh, it's the dream, that's what I want to do, oh my God. But you take one look at that, and the career of Richard Stanley, who could have been, still could be, one of the greatest auteurs going. Colour Out of Space, phenomenal. With Nick Cage, you know, you went with Val Kilmer and Marlon Brando, and then you went on to Nicolas Cage. Holy shit, man! You know, next thing you'll be working with Kilt-Man. And Neil Blomkamp, District. I always forget what it's called. District 9, District 10, 30, whatever it is. Alien symbiotes, and you know, fantastic movie. But Ryan Kruger did a film in 2020 called, and I'm gonna get this wrong because in the last few days, well, since New Year's Eve, I've been telling everyone, oh, I met this filmmaker, and he did a film called, and I've got this wrong every time. Ryan, I truly apologise, mate, but there's a reason why I keep getting it wrong. The film is called Fried Barry. I got it. But I've been saying Fried Bobby, Fried Billy. Just never remembering it's Barry. Fried Barry, right? Now, I think the reason why I've been saying like Fried Bobby is Grey Friars Bobby. Yeah. Grey Friars Bobby, Fried Bob. You get my point. And it's a fucking gonzo movie. It's about a low-life degenerate who gets inhabited by an alien presence that then wants to experience Cape Town in all its nefarious beauty. Drink, drugs, sex, violence, everything is rolled into a sci-fi manic comedy. It's wonderful. I'll do a full review of it. I promised him I would, and I will do. And folks, if you want to see it, it's on Shudder right now. Fried Bobby. Fried Barry. I told you to get this wrong. From 2020. Now, Ryan has done he's produced many music videos, even for the likes of Slipknot. He's also worked with the likes of Quentin Tarantino. Oh yes. And learned a lot from Tarantino. And how not to shut up. Oh, by the way, I suddenly found myself moving on to the whiskey. He's done a lot of short movies, a lot of early stuff, like Fried Barry is a manic, gonzo, psychedelic, acid drop dream of a movie. It's not for everyone, I'll be honest, but it is a dizzying amount of excess. And because of that, he was asked to do the remake of a certain other movie, or equally gonzo, massively gory, excessive, sleazy, and ultra-violent. It's right there. It's Street Trash from 1987. Yes, the Body Melt movie. One of the first of a slew of Body Melt movies. Well, the first. No. The first, and perhaps still the best, is The Incredible Melting Man, which I still love. I think I've reviewed that on the channel. I think I have. If I haven't, I will rectify that and review it forthwith. But Street Trash was the film. You know it. It was the film where this guy starts selling this old stock of alcohol, and it's called Viper. And so it's gone past the sell by, but so I can't do any harm, can it? I'll sell it to all the homeless people, but it's toxic, so it makes them melt. And the film is absolutely brimming with carnage and oozing with just viscous bodily fluids and desiccated flesh, liquefying humans, and people playing football with a penis. Yep, it's in there as well. It's a completely off the rails movie. Incidentally, this is the drink. Viper. Yeah. Tenafly Viper. I've had some, you can see. But I'm alright so far. So they've approached Ryan to remake it. Holy shit! So he's gonna remake Street Trash. Now, we were privileged that Ryan showed us his promo sort of demo footage that he made for Street Trash. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this footage is going to be in the finished movie, or whether it was literally just a demo reel to get, this is what we're going to do. This is the kind of thing we can do. Look at the filming, look at the style, look at the editing, look at the effects, look at the colours. This is the idea that I'm going to bring to this movie. So he said, no one's seen this. I bet you'd be showing everyone in the pub beforehand, but no. He said, no one's seen this. And I was, oh God, so we're honoured. He said, yeah, you are. He said, to be honest, I haven't seen it all myself. And he played it. The thing is, we were at the bar, and it was packed, and his music was blasting out. So we couldn't hear the dialogue, but the sequence itself was amazing. And he said, I'm doing it differently. I'm taking a different approach. He's writing, producing, directing this movie. So he's writing it as well. I love people that do all of this sort of stuff. That have a singular vision, and I can't trust another writer, so I'm gonna do this myself. I'll be directing it, so you don't have no disputes between the director and the writer, because you are the same person. I'm producing it as well. So, and the footage was some guy, again a bit like, because we watched the trailer for Fried Barry. Yeah, I've got that right, Fried Barry. And he's a bedraggled, long-haired, degenerate, and the guy that's in this opening scene for it. Well, I say opening scene. This demo reel looks pretty similar, and he's in a test room, a laboratory, and there's a guy outside, big bulletproof glass screen, and he's there with all monitors and stuff and they inject this guy, or did they give him a drink? I can't remember now. But he has whatever, that toxin from the original Street Trash, how it's been reimagined. They administered it to him, and then he begins to convulse, and his eyes pop and bleed, his stomach bursts open, veins are going out. Oh, prosthetic effect. Ryan loves prosthetic effects as well. A champion of God for the new age. And this guy's entrails all fucking come out everywhere. Intestines unspooling all over the place. It's terrific. I've got to say that Mrs. Kilt-Man, because she loved talking to him, and she was all excited as well, let's have a look then. It's not fair, that's all. I knew that, and I thought, I know where this is going to go, and she's not going to like this, but she'll pretend to be really, enthusiastic. She did. She was pretty convincing, to be honest. She's like, oh, wow. That's amazing. Wow. Because she was thinking, like, fucking hell. I'm not watching that shit. But that's not her sort of thing. It's not. She loves kitchen sink dramas, you know, and soap operas, and, you know, fucking reality TV, all that bollocks. Doesn't like, you know, special effects and wild, crazy movies. I'm not into it. And yet she married me. The greatest trick I ever pulled, you know. But it looked amazing. And as I say, I don't know if that footage is going to be in the finished movie. But he said, like, you know, no one's seen this. He said, even I haven't seen this all the way through. But we'll have a look at it now. So I think we're in 2023 now. And it all goes into full hyper production in the next few weeks. So he is doing this. He's got the money. So you know, you've done, like, you know, pop videos and all this stuff, and you've got one movie under your belt. But you're making he went, well, enough to keep me doing it and to come out drinking, which was great. It was a wonderful meeting, and I'm one of those kind of happenstance, complete sort of, you know, if we hadn't gone in there, I would never have met him. I would have looked at Barry! Fucking hell! Gotta rename that movie. Like, Fried Barry, the Bobby cut, you know. I don't know. Cheers, Ryan. Cheers, Scrubby. Cheers, all of you guys. But yeah, you know, also, Fried Barry was shown to many, many different people, filmmakers and luminaries, and none other than who? Escape from New York, The Thing, Assault on Precinct 13, Starman, Big Trouble in Little China. John Carpenter endorsed it, said it was fantastic and blew him away. Now, I don't know about you guys, but and I've met John Carpenter. Now, well, albeit briefly, I don't think he was too arsed, to be honest. I was dressed as Snake Plissken as well, like, but he was just like, yeah, right. See, he did that. Snake Plissken has only got one eye. He's like, yeah, I've seen fucking loads of these. But I know the real one, King Kurt, and you, Kilty. You know, you're just a wannabe. But to get an endorsement from the likes of John Carpenter, it's going to be just out of this world, isn't it? Because the likes of like Ryan Kruger totally adores the movies of John Carpenter. He's into the films that we talk about all the time. This is what he loves. He has got a very out there, sort of lurid, ghoulish sense of humour in his movies. If you look at Fried Barry, you'll see exactly what I mean. And it'd be interesting to see what he brings to Street Trash. Sorry, I was going to say to you, he's changed the story, which I think you need to do, obviously. If you're going to do a remake, you can't just do the same bloody thing. How many times have we discussed this? If you're going to remake something, then you've got to bring a new vision, a new signature to it. And he said, I'm making, it's more political. I've got more of like a message behind this. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, and because he didn't tell me this, but I think because of the whole homeless issue, whatever this is, whatever his substance might be, Viper or whatever it's called in this movie, it's going to be to eradicate the homeless off the streets, using them as guinea pigs to test out, you know, some kind of nuclear weapon, some toxic poison, you know, Novichoks, something like that, which is a Russian speciality, of course. Made its debut in Salisbury in the UK. But so, okay, well, we'll try it on the homeless because no one cares about the homeless. They've got no one. They're going nowhere. They're great guinea pigs. Let's just use it on them. So I think that's the case. But I think he also may have a much bigger idea for it, which he hasn't divulged to me at all. So no spoilers, folks. This is just pure conjecture on my part. So hopefully, Street Trash, the Ryan Kruger version, will be out. Well, I don't know. If he starts production properly, like January, Feb, It could be out this time next year. Could even be out the end of this year. I don't know. Depends how fast he works. But I'm excited. And it's great to meet someone that's involved. Sitting here for years and years talking about movies, like, you know, like I know these things. I'm just a fan. I can't make a movie. I can't even fucking act. I can't do anything. But I love every facet of movie making. The acting, the directing, the writing, the producing, you know, the set design, the artistic direction, the scores and the special effects. I love and embrace all of it. But I can't do any of it either. You know, I'm a viewer. I'm not a doer. I'm a viewer. Well, hang on a minute. I can write, can't I? Oh yeah. Note to self. Highly awarded published author. Me. Yes. Gonna have to go back to that. I keep saying this. Gonna have to go back to writing. I do love it. But anyway. Cheers, Ryan. Cheers, Scrowy. Cheers, you all. Folks, that was like a ramshackle magazine video. Little articles and features. I'll shut this off now and think of something else. But yeah, please keep it kilted, keep it Celtic. Embrace the new year. Someone told me that what you should do at the start of the year, get a jar and you write and you begin to use this jar. All the good things that happen during the day or during the week, whatever. Just the good things that happen, and write it on a little bit of paper, fold it up, put it in the jar. So at the end of the year, you open the jar, you get all these things out. In my case, it'd be like fucking one. Oh, woke up without a bad back, you know, on Monday the 11th, you know. But you get all these things out and you read them. So it's all the good things of the year that just went by, as opposed to all the bad things. We are sadly acclimatized to just remember and think about all the doom and gloom. Why? Because that's what the world is. It's full of fucking doom and gloom. No. It isn't, you know. It isn't. There's many great things happening all the time. But you don't hear about it because the news doesn't show you that. The news doesn't want to show you that. It wants you to be forever, hand-drawn and oh dear God, life's abysmal. Because bad news, in their opinion, sells papers, makes their news programs and bulletins, you know, as popular as they are. If it's good news, people don't want to see it. People don't think about it. But you think about that and reverse it. You feel better after good news. You feel shit after bad news. It's not rocket science, folks. If you focus on the good stuff, then all of a sudden, you'll smile. There'll be a twinkle, a gleam in your eye, and you'll be happier. You know, I'm not exactly, you know, breaking the mold with this. This is not like alchemy. It's just genuine, you know, this is what people are. If you get fed nothing but bad news, then you will be a depressed bastard. Very sad and cantankerous and probably hate everybody around you. You won't trust anybody. But if you got fed nothing but good news, you'd be like, and you'd be opening doors to people. Oh, did you drop that? Yeah, I'll pick it up. Oh, did you leave this cane behind, Kilt-Man? Here you go. It's true, folks. It's true. I'm going to leave you with something else as well. Another resolution I made was that every single day I'm going to do something good for someone I don't know. Like I said, hold the door open. I do that anyway, but I'm going to make a concerted effort to do something good for someone. To always smile, let on at people. Hey, how are you? You alright? Yeah. You might be the only person that they've seen that day. And if you, it's a husky just came cascading in there after her walk. She just hurtled through. But there you can see her there. She is down there somewhere. Yeah, well, there's always a few bits and bobs I put in her bowl when she comes back from her walk. Because obviously she's not been out with me. So she hasn't been to many pubs. And she's come back at a respectable hour. Move that back again. Get Mr. Kentucky Fudge properly aligned. But if you do something good for somebody else, that might be the only thing that brightens their day. That's got to be worthwhile, hasn't it? You're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for other people. But if we all did that every day, you make a point, he says pointing, you do something good for somebody else, the world's a better place. I firmly believe that, and I know you guys, I know so many of you anyway, and I know you're all like that, but if we can just bleed that out to everybody else, happy days. Working on politicians could be a bit more difficult, a bit more problematic. You may have to use this to beat some heads. And I've just noticed as well. She's shaking there. She's happy dog. That's a happy dog. I've just noticed something else, which I'm going to bring this to the camera because I'm not even sure why it's there. And it's slightly worrying that I come home exceptionally drunk yesterday and there's a great big knife on the table. I don't know why it's there. I have lots of knives and weapons. We all know this. Says the guy that's like, do something nice for everybody. I collect knives and weapons and stabbing things. But there's a knife there, and my knives are normally, I know where they are. They're fucking everywhere. But they're not normally there. So why did I get that out? Here, I'm going to show you this. And you guys have seen it. I've done a video on this. It is the Heartstopper knife from Rambo Last Blood. The lamentable Rambo Last Blood. But a bloody good knife. Bloody good knife. Look at that. Look at that. It's even got a trigger. That is a beautiful knife. That's not a knife. That's a knife. That's a great bit of kit, that. I did a big massive video on that. But there you go. It's made a reappearance for 2023. I don't know why. Kind of worrying, because why was that knife out there? What was I doing with that last night? Wasn't even me. Might have been someone else. You know, one of the servants might have left it out after polishing it and sharpening it. How they get free from the dungeon, I do not know. So, in the meantime, in this ever just smorgasbord in between time, please keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic. If you've got a drink, drink it now. Cheers. Chin chin. Wish Ryan Kruger all the best for success with his ongoing project of Street Trash and further movies. And let's see if Ryan gets back in touch and employs the Kilt-Man in some capacity. He's got some gonzo ideas, and there's no one more gonzo than the Kilt-Man. So folks, please keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic. I'm going to see you all. What comes next? Oh yeah.